Okay, so here's some of the tools I'll be using for today's craft project. A half rack, which is 12 of these cans. And they're just so darn pretty. What can I do with them, I said. So I started cutting them up. This is not particularly pretty, right? Bunch of aluminum, which is why we have gloves in our tool pile here. But the part that is pretty, okay, you ready? This part. It's red and gold, which is one of my favorite combinations. Is this piece here that says Happy Camper. You could use any brand of beer, right? But I'm down here in the Southwest, so I want to use this kind. And it's pretty. But you know, I was looking at all the cans in our can bin today. And there's a lot of pretty cans. Yeah, okay, I was stoned. You know, that tends to make lots of things really pretty. Hear that? My inverter just came on. My shack runs on 12-volt battery. Okay, get the ZS sort of off there. I'm not sure what the final shape's going to be, but there it is. Now throw it in the pile. Here's how many we have now. A bunch of them. Okay, so those are the finished ones. Put them right there. Now we get the Happy Camper part. And go down like this. Now watch that little shard's going to fall off, and I'm going to make sure I pick that up. Put it in my trash. Yes, right there. Trash. And, well, look at this. Now I've got a pile of little ZA. Can I go Latin with that? And a little pile of Happy Campers here. And it smells like beer in here. I've got a few stains on my rug. Okay, now, what's going to happen next? You know what? I'm actually not sure. I'm inventing this as I go along, which is kind of why it's art. And trying to figure out exactly what I wanted to do with these things. And I think I've got this next part figured out pretty good of what I'm going to do. So I'm going to show you. Take one of these Zias here. Cheesy scissors, and I'm going to cut a little ways from the sun rays there. Now I got this pair of cool pliers. They look like this. They got these neat little ridgy jaws here. So I'm going to take, and I'm holding the sharp aluminum with this hand. And I'm holding jaws over here. And I'm going to grab jaws on the edge and hold tight with jaws and then pull that down. See what that does? So I'm going to do that across here. I'd make sound effects. Gotta have sound effects, right? Okay, see that? Bent. Now I'm going to take them same pliers and I'm going to go back and squeeze it down. Just do it, you know, get it down the first way there. Then go back and squish on it a little more. You know, and if your jaws has really cool little jaws on it, it'll make really cool little jaws marks. Yeah, okay. Yeah, kind of looks like somebody sewed it or something. Okay, so I'm going to finish doing that on all four sides here. And this is just exactly the thing to give people for Christmas. Handmade ornaments. Now, especially if you're using some oddball beers like I drink, your average Uncle Bob who drinks Bud Light, he's not going to recognize this as a beer can. He's going to think you went down to Hobby Lobby and bought little special deals. But that's the thing about folk art, like I was saying earlier. It's all about making pretty stuff. I'll show you the pretty side while we're talking here. Making pretty stuff out of what you have, with tools you have. You don't have to run out and buy anything, right? If you made these out of Budweiser cans, your other uncle, Billy Bob, you might think, oh, hell, that's pretty dang cool, Trace, right? All right, so there's one. Right sides together. No, see, it's not facing the right way. It's got to be this way. Yeah, okay. Right? You know, I still get confused with left and right, people. Okay. Man, it smells like beer in here, and I don't even have any beer. I think that's the problem. If I had some beer. Okay, now, this step, this is ultra cool. Get your nail again. Hit it. And make that hole nice and clean. Be surprised how thin aluminum is. It's just, you know, it's not really a lot to it. Okay, now, go back over to your trash can. These things. What I want is this part. Okay, so you just bend it a couple times and bust it off. Then what you're going to do, you're going to take that part, and you're going to take your cheap-ass scissors, and you're going to cut there. Just one side. Just one side. And on the other side, you can do the same thing. Like that. Okay? Now look at that. Ain't that just the prettiest damn thing? And you made it all out of beer cans. All right. Well, I went away there for a while. Had to go take care of some stuff. But, you know, I have found a faster way of doing this. Again, the way I do projects is I look and see what I have around the home that can do what I need done. Well, instead of using the pliers to bend these edges down, watch this. I have this piece of aluminum that I scrounged somewhere. And I'm going to just lay that on there and just bend that over with my fingers. And a nice crease with the pliers there, and look at that. Made a nice edge like that. And then I'm just going to flip it over and push it down with my hands. I'm getting a lot braver as I do this project. Get the feel of the aluminum. Kind of iron that flat. Do the opposite side. And because I'm doing it with the design facing up, I can get it pretty even. See, this is what happens. You go, wow, man, I wonder how I can do that faster, better, more efficiently. That's the spirit of innovation right there. Okay, so now, see how fast I did that? And you give it a little bend against its direction. A couple little bends there so it stays flat. So bend and squish. And bend and squish. Now you don't have to have a special piece of aluminum stock to do this. A sharp table edge would work. Look around, see what you've got that's a nice sharp edge. There's a couple more to do. See, and I'm looking at my previous one where I used the jaws. That's cool. I'm still going to use it. So now that I've, prototyped it and figured out the fastest way to do everything, then it's making the rest of them then becomes that flow of craft. Just doing the thing. Okay, so I've got all of these guys punched, and all of these guys punched, and all of these guys, so I don't need this anymore, all of these guys. Okay, so got this down to a Pretty good deal here. First I'm going to put Happy Camper on. And I would tell you with this stuff, and I was telling you can use pretty much anything you've got around the house. Anything metal, okay? If you use a string or any kind of fabric for this, when it's blowing around in the wind, if you use it outside or whatever, it's just going to break the string. It's just going to cut right through it. Sharp metal edges here. So I'm just twisting that little loop of wire together there. Woo. Just kind of smush that all into one big, kind of make it so it goes down. See, like that. The little hanger thingy-majigger. Cut one side, cut the other side, and that side's harder. And the skinny side goes through there, and then close it up. And there you go. Total cost of this project, I think the beer was $8 a 6-pack.